Good afternoon. Almost said morning there. It's 12:30 here on this Wednesday afternoon. I'm Ryan alongside Joel.
Hello.
Michigan Storm Chasers here. We are going to be covering the latest information on this evening's and into Thursday morning's snow. This is Michigan's first bigger type of system for snow this year. So I know there's a lot of anticipation, excitement. Let's go ahead and dive right on into the model as well as our final forecast if you have not seen it just yet. So let's go ahead and take our screen full here, Joel. Let's go ahead and move into the time frame here. Looking at the future forecasted radar, we could be seeing some snowflakes out there as early as now in some of these locations, but the bulk of the snow is going to really pick up over the afternoon time frame. Going into the future, this is going to be 1 p.m. on the model here today. Here's 2 p.m. or sorry, here's 1 p.m. Here is 2 p.m. As we move into the afternoon time frame here, the snow begins to pick up 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It's going to push across the state here into the early part of the evening, into the late evening. It really starts picking up around 8, 9 o'clock across much of Michigan. Do take note further south in the southeast part of Michigan, the model does have a mix. So keep that in mind. This is at 6 p.m. Here is 7 p.m. Changes back over to snow at 9 p.m. Go to 10 p.m. The heaviest will begin to occur around this time frame, 9, 10, 11 o'clock or so. Moving into the area, moving out of the area by around the 2, 3 a.m. time frame. This is 1. And that's actually when the model stops. Let me go back to the 12Z. Not sure why I didn't have the 12Z pulled up. There we go. There we go. That's more like it. So here is midnight. Here is 1 a.m., 2 a.m. By 3 a.m., we start to move this system out of the state into Canada. And by the time we get to 6 a.m., we should be done with most of the snow. But do keep in mind some snow showers that are lake effect could start ramping up there for Thursday, for Thursday morning. And then that should be pretty minor in nature, maybe a few inches in some spots. Nothing major is expected come Thursday morning with this system. Looking at the snowfall accumulations, we have the Canadian model kind of fits our kind of thinking a little bit better than any other model does currently. Into the time frame this afternoon, into the evening, here is 4 o'clock. We're seeing that snow start in western Michigan around that 3 or 4 o'clock time frame. Go to 7 o'clock. The entire state essentially is getting snow at this point. Into the late evening hours at 10 p.m., the heaviest begins. And then we have a nice swath of heavier snow developing across south central lower Michigan. In the thumb area especially, we could see higher amounts in that general vicinity of Sanilac, Tuscola, St. Clair, Huron County area, as well as Lapeer as well. So that's the general thinking and the models. Let's go ahead and dive into our forecast and break it all down for you. So starting with the timing, first snowflake arrival time on our map here is 3 to 7 p.m. Now, again, you guys may be getting some snow showers out there already, but the bulk of this is going to be occurring mid-afternoon time frame. So the earliest start time where we start seeing these impacts will be 3 p.m. here in the white zone in western Michigan. Further inland in the yellow zone, we're going 4 to 8 p.m. So again, this is not your entire system time frame. This is just the arrival time of your snow. So 4 to 8 p.m. there in yellow. And then there in green, further east and north, 5:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. We expect snow to really start ramping up there in those general areas. And again, this will last pretty much all evening into the early morning hours. It's going to end around that 5 o'clock in the morning time frame. So it's going to be a good, we're going to say 12 to 16 hours worth of snow here for us here in Michigan. So let's break it down. Snow, ice impacts, what's out there in terms of watches, travel impact. Let's go ahead and go into our snow forecast here. Final call from MSC here. We are keeping our 5 to 9 zone from roughly Kalamazoo through Lansing, through Flint, Tri-Cities, all the way up to Alpena, all the way into the thumb. We added a 8 to 12 inch zone for portions of Huron and Sanilac County in red there. We may see that expand a little bit further west per the latest guidance, but we're going conservative with this 8 to 12 inches tied to the Lake Huron areas in the thumb. Further south and around the 5 to 9 zone, we go 3 to 6 for pretty much the entire state, entire lower peninsula. We did cut Monroe County's totals back down to 2 to 4 just because we do see some mixing taking place there. However, we could see that go a little bit higher amounts in some of these areas. 3 to 6, generally speaking, for the rest of us here. Again, isolate higher amounts a possibility, but generally speaking, we should all end up within these ranges when all is said and done. In the UP, because this is not a lake effect driven event, we're seeing anywhere from a trace to an inch there in the white zones. For the majority of the UP, though, 1 to 3 inches in the aqua color. Then further east towards Cedarville, Mackinac, Sault Ste. Marie area, we're going 2 to 4 up there. The heaviest precip should remain in lower Michigan with this system. Moving on to the ice. In fact, before I talk about this, I will mention here the current watches and warnings out there. I want you to pay attention here down just across the border into Toledo, those 2 purple counties in Ohio, just below Monroe and Lenawee counties there. That is an ice storm warning from the NWS office in Cleveland. They are predicting up to 0.3 of an inch of ice. Luckily, not for Michigan by any means, but it is quite close. So we're going to watch Monroe County, especially the southern part, like Lambertville area. We're going to watch that very closely here just to see if we can get some higher ice amounts. But personally, here at MSC, we don't really feel it's that big of a concern for Michigan. I do want to mention that before I talk about the icing. Now, going into our ice, we're going up to 0.1 of an inch in Monroe County. We may see isolated higher, but we're still pretty confident we're not going to see as high as those impacts as those further south in the Toledo area. If you do happen to have family, or if you're watching from Toledo, you guys would be in terms in for an ice storm tonight. So be prepared. Make sure you guys have your essentials ready and ready to go there for the evening. If you live in Lucas County, or I believe it's I know the other county in there. Is it Sandusky County? Might be Sandusky County. Lucas and that county below Lucas County in Toledo. In terms of icing, not much of an impact there for Michigan. Trace to 0.5 of an inch all the way up towards Port Huron, Coldwater area, perhaps Jackson, Ann Arbor as well. But this should be centered pretty much across southeast Michigan, places like Adrian, Monroe, Detroit, much better impacts for icing. And it's not going to be a ice storm for us by any means. It's going to be a nice blaze of ice, could slick travel up. All right, now on to the winter weather alerts here. Basically, the entire Lower Peninsula and Mackinac County. And also, yeah, it's just Mackinac County. I thought it was Chippewa for a second. The entire Lower Peninsula, as well as Mackinac County, in a winter weather advisory. Select counties in eastern Lower Michigan here in a winter storm warning, as higher amounts are likely in those pink counties. That could be Macomb, St. Clair, Lapeer, Tuscola, Sanilac, Huron, Gladwin, Ogama, Iosco, Aranac, Alcona, Alpena counties. You guys are in that warning. Everybody else in Lower Michigan is under an advisory. Regardless of how many inches of snow you're going to get, it's still going to be impactful for travel in the overnight hours into the morning. So we could see upgrades still, although at this point we would say it's unlikely unless something happens where we have higher confidence in higher totals elsewhere. In terms of all the impacts, we do have traffic maps up for tomorrow. So we'll actually really starting tonight into tomorrow. We're going a blanketed red across much of Lower Michigan, purple for travel not advised in the Thumb region, and also bigger metro areas across Detroit, Ann Arbor area, just because 94, M14, US 23 there, as well as 75, all really have a lot of congested traffic and travel. So we are going travel not advised for that area. So if you don't have to be out tomorrow morning or tonight, really, don't go out. Of course, people are going to have to go to work and school and stuff like that. We understand that. This is just our forecast based on the conditions and based on our knowledge of these roads in Michigan. Going further north, though, into the northern lower part of Michigan, we are going high impacts for much of the area. Travel not advised close to the Huron Lakeshore just because higher amounts are likely there. Further west toward Traverse City, medium impacts. And then up into the UP, most of you guys will have medium impacts up there, especially further east towards Sault Ste. Marie. Further west you go toward Ironwood, low impacts expected with the bulk of the snow remaining off to your east. Now, I will say a couple things here before we jump into questions. We do have potential this evening. I want to highlight this for some thunder snow. Yes, you heard that correctly. Some lightning could happen tonight, especially across south central, perhaps southeastern Lower Michigan. Popping in the model here for the lightning flash rate, we are seeing very subtle signs right about 10, 11, midnight, perhaps a little bit after that time frame where the heaviest snow moves in. We could be looking at some lightning strikes across southern Michigan. So keep in mind, if you hear a rumble of thunder, they could happen tonight. All right. And again, time frame for that, late evening, 10 o'clock, probably we're going to say 10 o'clock to, we'll say 3 o'clock in the morning as a general time frame to kind of expect that. All right. Otherwise, I do have some impact arrows here from last night that we do have posted on our page. I'm not going to go over these too much. I would highly suggest going back on our Facebook feed and kind of keeping an eye on these, as these kind of explain the traffic impacts, when we expect the most impacts via the time, stuff like that. So they're pretty helpful for you guys. They're broke down into 6 sections. Feel free to scroll back on our Facebook page and take a peek at them. But otherwise, these are pretty helpful for your planning of travel across the state today. And that is going to complete our forecast package. So, Joel, have anything you want to say?
No, right now I'm just kind of nowcasting behind the scenes, looking at what's going on in the atmosphere out there. We look at what are SKUTs, which are these little lines here that you can see across the area. And we're especially looking for right now what is called dry air. Essentially, these green and red lines right now are your temperature profile and your dew point profile. So anytime those red and green lines kind of separate like that, that is a sign of a low level inversion in the atmosphere. So a lot of dry air going on, and any snowfall that may be higher up there in the atmosphere right now is evaporating essentially before it hits the surface. So you can kind of see that across southwest Michigan right now, southeast Michigan, how it's dry. And then you go up to this profile up here in north side of Kent County, up here towards Newaygo in Montcalm County. This entire profile right here is moist. And so that is allowing some snow now to start mixing to the ground, especially north of Grand Rapids and north of Grand Haven. So that's kind of a secret little thing that we look at there behind the scenes. We're also looking at our dendritic growth zone layer, which is very favorable out there today. This is the wrong side. There we go. This is the value we look at for how deep the zone is for snow to fall. It's about -12, -17 degrees Celsius. Unfortunately, I don't have the Fahrenheit conversion for that, but that is 2,400 feet where snow is favorable. So anytime we see a value over like 1,200, that's usually a good sign that heavy snow will be falling. So the fact that these values are doubled, that's really the only thing you need to know about this map, is that the fact here is those values are doubled. And so heavy snow will be falling in due time once we do get more moisture mixing in to the atmosphere. So little sneak peek of what's going on behind the scenes right now at your current weather. Ryan, you can take your screen back if you'd like.
We can pop ourselves back on here. Actually, I turn to the comment section for some questions if you guys have any. Again, if you're just tuning in, all of our forecast information is posted. We just went over it about 5 minutes ago as well. So I would highly suggest checking it out here. Our snow, ice, timing maps all posted, and also alert maps as well. So if you guys have questions, though, feel free to pop them in chat here. Pretty much across the entire state tomorrow morning will be slick for travel. It doesn't really matter if you're in Detroit or Gaylord or Grand Rapids. It's going to be snowy. So take it easy tomorrow morning, or tonight, really. It starts tonight. So just take it easy out there if you're out and about on the roads, if you have to be out on the roads. We will be live later this evening as well for our chasers in the field covering snow. So stay tuned for that. We're planning to start around 7 or 8 o'clock tonight. We'll be live for a few hours at least.
So there's a comment here about power outages. So the winds maxed for this event are going to be quite low, gusting to 25 at most. Otherwise, sustained will be about 5 to 15 miles per hour, I believe, at last call. So Ryan's going to kind of forward it there.
Yeah, so through the evening this evening, wind gusts up to 25 miles per hour, as Joel just mentioned, maybe 30 in spots, but that's still, I mean, that's not really concerning. It will be concerning for blowing snow because it's going to be a lighter snow today. So we could have some lower visibilities with this, but it's not going to be major impactful wind for power outages or blizzard-like conditions, for example. Friday should be fine. Yes. Yeah, Freedom. Friday should be a much better day. Drier overall, but we are watching the system for the weekend that moves in Friday evening late. Can you show the total snowfall map again? Yes, we can do that. There's your total snowfall. This is our final forecast here. Again, 5 to 9 is going to be our general consensus across a wide swath of central lower Michigan there, from Kalamazoo Ionia, Lansing, Jackson's on the line there, Wixom on the line as well, Port Huron, Flint, Tri-Cities, up through Alpena, Port Austin, and then 8 to 12 in a localized area in the thumb. Certainly a possibility for Huron and Sanilac counties. 3 to 6 elsewhere would be the going forecast. Would not rule out isolated higher amounts within the 3 to 6 zone. As far as school closings go, tomorrow, Thursday morning would be the most likely time for those. I would expect there to be widespread closings across much of Michigan.
Copyright snow toll. The misspelling becomes a word.
Snowdle.
Snowdle. Yes, there will be ice, mainly for extreme southeast Michigan. Monroe County, portions of Wayne, portions of Lenawee. Let me remove the banner there. So anywhere between 0.05 and 0.1 inches of ice, and then about a glaze for those areas there in the light pink. We could see isolated spots over 1/10 of an inch, as we mentioned here a couple minutes ago. 4 portions of Monroe County near Luna Pier, Lambertville, especially given that there's an ice storm warning, literally the county south of Monroe County there in that's going to be Lucas County and Wood County and Ottawa County in Ohio there. So just across the border is an ice storm warning. So we will be watching closely throughout the night. And again, we will have a live stream later tonight with some live snow chasing going out there and live coverage as needed.
If anything looks concerning, we'll post about it ASAP. But currently, based on data we see, there's not much there for any ice storm criteria for Michigan. So
yeah,
we're not too concerned about it. I'm gonna go ahead and cycle through some of our maps here as you guys ask questions about snow, ice, timing. We'll just go ahead and cycle through these while we answer some questions. What program or website do you guys use? We use a ton. I'm not sure if you're talking about models or graphics. We have probably close to 10 or 15 model sites that we use, as well as graphic sites. So you'll need to be more specific with what you're referring to there. Joel, we have some comments in here. I don't want to say it just yet, but they're asking about your dance moves coming up.
Oh boy.
So for those of you who are new here, we hit a milestone last night on YouTube, 30,000 subscribers. Every 5,000 subscribers is a milestone for us. And Joel has dedicated or has pledged to do a new dance every time we hit a major milestone here at Michigan Storm Chasers. So we hit 30,000 last night on YouTube. So he'll be dancing here at the end of the stream. But first, we want to get through the important information here first. So let's talk about what's coming and let's have some fun afterwards. When will snow start in Lansing? So I'll go ahead and pop the timing map on the screen here. So arrival time in Lansing, you're close to that 3 to 7 line, but you're going to be in the 4 to 8 zone. So expect some light snow showers prior to 4 p.m., but the heaviest snow will arrive around that 4 p.m., 5 p.m. time frame for you there in Lansing. I'll leave that on the screen here for a few seconds. Yeah, ice impacts for power outages and wind. We're not really expecting anything significant in terms of icing. So any wind impacts with the ice would be null to minimum at most. Alpena is getting how much snow? We have Alpena in a 5 to 9 inch zone with our forecast. Any chance that Saginaw upgrades to a warning? That's going to be up to the Weather Service in Detroit. As of right now, they didn't at their mid-morning update. They'll potentially, if there's going to be any upgrades, they'll probably come 3 or 4 o'clock today in the afternoon around that time frame, because that will be when they release their updated forecast package. Macomb County, you are on a line of 3 to 6 inches and 5 to 9 inches. When does the storm system wrap up? That's a great question, Cindy. Let's go ahead and go back to our model here. Pop back over to the HRRR to our good old handy dandy future radar forecast here. So backing it up, we're going to be looking at snow arriving around 3 or 4 o'clock here in West Michigan. Here is 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11, and then here's midnight. 1, 2, 3. Right around 3 a.m., you start seeing that snow begin to move off into Canada with some light lake effect snow showers on the backside here. So by the time 4 or 5 in the morning rolls around, we should be pretty much clearing up across much of the state, exception being places close to Lake Michigan or Lake Superior. We could have some lake effect snow showers in the area, but those should be fairly, we're going to say light in nature. So no high winds are expected this evening. So we're expecting winds at most 30 miles per hour. Combined 30 mile per hour winds, though, with lighter, fluffier snow, it can cause blowing and drifting, as well as reduced visibility. But we're not really expecting anything more than that.
So right now on your screen is a very deceiving radar image.
That's for sure.
Yeah. So as you can see right now with the radar site here in Grand Rapids, you can see how there's kind of like a donut hole around the radar site right now. And that is because the beam, again, is at a very low angle there. And so it's detecting what's at the lower elevations around the radar site, which is no snow. And then as you go with the curvature of the Earth and the beam height getting slightly higher, just naturally as you go out from the radar site, it's starting to pick up that snow that's starting to fall at the higher elevations. So it is starting to fill in now here across portions of Southwest Michigan. But again, it's still, as you can see with the donut effect here, falling at heights where it still has some dry air to come through. So once it gets through that dry air, then it'll start mixing down to the surface. And once it does, it looks like this is going to be quite some moderate snow amounts here. As you see, anywhere in the pinks right now and purples is over 25 to 30 dBz of snow, which is, again, moderate.
Hey, Joel, zoom in on Mount Pleasant specifically. So you see how that's showing all snow here? I'm going to pull up a camera from Mount Pleasant and show you guys what the live look of Mount Pleasant is, just so we can prove it's not snowing there.
I'm also in Mount Pleasant.
Yeah, so there is a Mount Pleasant cam there. And as you can see, there is snow on the ground, but it's not actively actually snowing. So that is your current look out of the Mount Pleasant area. So heavy snow on radar, just not make it to the ground just yet, but it will later on this afternoon.
I will say at my apartment on the south side of Mount Pleasant, there's a couple flurries starting to mix down, but that's, again, it's like very, very light right now.
Compared to what radar shows, it should be a lot heavier than flurries.
Correct.
All right, going over our snow forecast again. I see a lot of questions about specific locations. So again, 5 to 9 from Kalamazoo to Lansing to the Flint to Tri-Cities, Sable, Alpena, Port Austin. You guys all within the 5 to 9 zone. 8 to 12 inches if you live close to the Lake Huron shoreline, the thumb from Huron County through St. Clair County, also Sanilac as well. You guys would be in a higher amount, 8 to 12. Elsewhere, though, across much of Michigan, lower Michigan, 3 to 6 inches is the expectation, with exceptions to Monroe County where icing could occur, and as well as further north toward that Mackinac area, north of Traverse City, north of Sheboygan, we could have a 2 to 4 inch zone up there as well. But regardless, if you live in the lower part of Michigan, your range is going to be essentially 3 to 9 inches for 90% of us, 95% of us. Nate says heavy snow in Mecosta that is reaching the ground. Thank you for that report.
I mean, it does make sense. Again, that's where our moist air, the most moist air, is at right now, which I showed on the Mesoanalysis page here a couple minutes ago.
I'll pull some cameras up around the area if I can find anything. They're all not working though.
Good luck.
Yeah. Is Mount Pleasant in between 3 to 6 and 6 to 9? 5 to 9 would be our forecast there. Mount Pleasant is right on the edge, technically in the 3 to 6 zone, but you are close. If you are very close to these cutoff zones, it could go either way for you, just based on how these models, how these systems shift and kind of evolve. So Mount Pleasant can go either way, but currently we have you in the 3 to 6 zone. Flurries in Jackson, says Alyssa. Start and end times. Again, we'll go and pull that up again for you guys. This is your earliest start time for the heavier snow. 3 to 7 p.m. We expect it to really start picking up across the west part of Michigan. In the central part of the state there, 4 to 8 p.m., places like Lansing, Jackson, Ann Arbor, Flint, Tri-Cities, up through Gaylord. Further to the east, toward like Detroit, Port Huron, Port Austin, Alpena, Sault Ste. Marie, 5:30 to 9 p.m. So that's going to be your general start time for this, and it will end, the system will move out right around 4 or 5 o'clock Thursday morning. So it should be letting up by the time the commute rolls in, but still plows have to get out there and treat roads. So it's probably going to be a slick travel day, likely going to be a slick travel day come Thursday. Will this be a heavier snow or a lighter snow? Do I need to worry about weight on trees? Jody, good question. It's going to be a lighter, fluffier type of snow. We could, the further south you go toward, we're going to say like Ann Arbor, Detroit, Adrian areas, we may get a little bit heavier snow just because temperatures are higher in those locations. But generally speaking, it'll be pretty much light and fluffy across much of the state. I don't have Facebook. Is there anywhere else these things are posted? Says M. So M, here on YouTube, I do daily videos that go over our entire forecast package. So yes, these graphics are in our daily videos, as well as Twitter/X, we're going to call it by. We also post most of our forecasts over there as well. We are also on Instagram, Blue Sky, and soon to be Twitch for our streams as well. So we're slowly expanding. It's just going to be a matter of building audiences and getting those platforms built.
Yes, but again, because Facebook is our most followed platform, we will always post 100% of our content on Facebook. So if you do have a Facebook account, feel free to follow us over there if you will.
Well, if you want to take over for like 2 seconds, I got to do something real quick.
Okay. And this snow will be filling in from west to east. So just because the east side of the state doesn't have anything right now doesn't mean that'll be the case later. Again, we have a lot of snow that's off the radar right now down here in Illinois and Indiana. You can already see a lot of snowfall reports coming in from Illinois and even over here in Iowa. There's a 7.2 inch report earlier today here in eastern Iowa. So some of that snow, I say most of that snow that's over there, is heading our way. It's just will take a matter of time. Again, the peak timing for this system tonight's heaviest snow will be between 6 p.m. and 10 a.m. on Thursday morning. And that is, again, where the travel impacts will be the heaviest, which I will flip on here real quick if I can go find them. And there they are. So that, again, here's our traffic forecast between, again, 6 p.m. tonight and 10 a.m. tomorrow. A lot of high impacts out there across all of the lower peninsula. A couple places where we say travel not advised overnight tonight, primarily because of some lake enhancement within the system, and that's going to be mainly for the thumb, anywhere really along Lake Huron, and then the major roadways such as I-69, I-75 there, Metro Detroit, as well as portions of I-94 up by Port Huron and across Washtenaw and perhaps into Jackson County. But again, these are just forecasts. These conditions will vary depending on the time of the day. Same case up here in northern lower. Travel not advised along Lake Huron. And then again, we're 3 to 6 inches is expected further inland. You've got high impacts and then medium impacts closer to Traverse City and Leelanau County. And once again, for the UP, medium impacts widespread, or 1 to 3 inches, perhaps 2 to 4 in spots is possible. And here is the snowfall map for those who might just be tuning in. Currently live on Facebook and YouTube. If you haven't followed us yet on either platform, feel free to hit that subscribe or follow button, depending on what platform you're on. And as always, hit that like button to support what we do here. Again, that is the best way to support us for free. If you'd like to support us monetarily, you can become a channel member here on Facebook or YouTube. And as always, we have Patreon, which is going to be patreon.com/Michigan Storm Chasers. Patreon is a couple pennies a day when it's all said and done, so pretty cheap. But again, totally optional to join. We appreciate you however you support us here at MSC. So we're not going to say lake effect snow. We're going to say lake enhanced snow, primarily because that is added moisture to the synodic snow system that's in the area. So that'll just be lifted into the low pressure system and kind of circled around really close to where the Lake Huron shoreline is. Again, that's why we have that little 8 to 12 area there for portions of Sanilac, Huron, and St. Clair counties. Slight adjustments could happen where that 8 to 12 makes it further outside of that circle, or I guess you could say half circle because it's, cut off by Lake Huron. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Again, I know a lot of the winter weather advisories say about 4 to 6 inches widespread across Lower Peninsula. This is our in-house forecast. So again, this is what we think here at MSC is going to happen. I will say, taking into all the factors that we saw this morning when making this map, a good swath of 6 to 7 inches is likely, if not certain, across the pink areas. So that would fit directly in the center of that 5 to 9 range. And that is why it's there. And we also added up to 9 because places, closer to Lake Huron will see 8 or 9 inches with lake enhancement. So further inland, I guess you could be, or I should say, closer to Lansing, Kalamazoo, it's likely it'll be closer to that 6 to 7 range. And then closer to Lake Huron, it'll be 8 to 9. New member here on YouTube, M. Herms. Thank you for becoming a channel member. Welcome to the team. Hope you stick around. Appreciate you. If you'd like to become a channel member, again, hit that join button down there in the bottom of your screen if you're watching here on YouTube. Shelby as well, thank you for becoming a channel member here on YouTube. Welcome to the team. See a comment about Twitch in here. So Twitch is just a video streaming platform that we are expanding to in the future. It's primarily only video streaming, so that's pretty much what it's only going to be used for. Again, we will be diving into that more once we get our new streaming software up.
I'm back.
Welcome back, Ryan.
You said the snow will be mostly fluffy and not packing. Yes, that'll be the case. It's going to be a lighter, fluffy type of snow.
Unless you're like really close to Detroit. We're supposed to be a little bit closer to 32 degrees. That becomes a lot more heavy and packing. Snowman forecast.
We could.
We have a super chat in here from East 499. Thank you, East. Saying, asking, is it possible for Genesee County to be upgraded to winter storm warning? Definitely possible. Again, the National Alert Service offices upgrade or send out a new warning / watch package at about 3 to 4 o'clock, both AM and PM, and sometimes at 11 o'clock AM and PM, which we saw earlier this morning when we saw Tuscola and Lapeer added. So again, totally possible if guidance continues the way it is that we could see portions of East Central Michigan added to a winter storm warning. But right now, the winter weather advisory is a good precursor. So again, don't take the winter weather advisory lightly. Again, it's 4 to 6 inches, perhaps higher in spots, so that it will still be impactful for your roads if you're out there traveling, especially overnight tonight. Maps and graphics are posted on Discord too. We do not have them posted over there right now, but if you ask for them, we can get it to you. Discord is more of like an open community. We don't really have a feed that's dedicated for our posts, but we do cross post every once in a while when people ask for them. So feel free to do that. There's an echo on the mic. Whose mic could it be?
Try turning your speaker down just a tad bit.
Okay.
I think my audio is coming through your speakers and echoing back through mine.
Yeah. I have my mic right next to my monitor, and it's the monitor that's playing the sound, so that would make sense.
Test 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I don't have it anymore.
Cool.
Let us know if that's better, guys. Thunder snow chances, asks Dorothy. Yes, there is some thunder snow chances with this system, albeit small chance. We're going to be watching it very closely, and that'd be mainly across South Michigan from like Lansing, Flint, Jackson areas. Models do depict some amount of potential. In fact, I'll go ahead and go over that real quick if you don't mind, Joel.
Yeah.
Go ahead and pop this.
Feel free to take your screen back.
Yep. Let's go ahead and run through. Yeah, right there, actually. Pop this in. Perfect. So this blue color here you are seeing is the model depicting lightning flash densities. So anytime you get coloration here on these maps, it's a low chance, but it's there. So we're going to watch it very carefully. Yes, potential is there across, especially South and Southeast Michigan in particular. So we're going to watch it very closely. And I'll be actually putting up a camera tonight so we can watch live, I guess, if you want to put it that way. I'll have a GoPro rolling. We'll have chasers in the field as well, but I'm here in Southeast Michigan. I don't know if any other chasers are going to be out and about in my area, so I'll have a camera rolling. So we'll be getting lightning tonight. We'll have it on stream. So fingers crossed. As a storm chaser, thunder snow is something that is highly sought after. So, but yes, there is potential tonight.
Yeah, Ryan, I think you were away when I mentioned it, but there's a 7-inch already report that came out of eastern Iowa today so far from the snowstorm. So just to show you guys how much of a punch this system will bring. There you go. You look like you're going to say something.
I am going to say something. I'm going to shout out the 8th grade class here in Jackson for watching. What's up, guys? They want to know about a snow day tomorrow. It's looking likely for you guys, honestly, for Jackson. We have you close to that 5 to 9. I think it's actually in 5 to 9. I'm going to pull it back up here real quick. Yeah, so Jackson's right there on the edge of 5 to 9 inches and also 3 to 6 there. So I would expect there to be widespread closings across Michigan. So from our unofficial opinion, I'd say Thursday's going to be a snow day for you guys. At very least, a delay.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Yeah, because it's ending so early in the morning at around 8 to 10 a.m. Again, they could definitely clean up the roads very quickly, and it'd be a 2 hour delay. I don't know if they still do 4-hour delays, but there was like one when I was in like elementary school. There's literally a 4-hour delay, and we went into school for like 2 hours or 3 hours, but it happened. But 2-hour delay. Definitely possible tomorrow. The further west you go, so if you're in there in Southwest Michigan, again, where it's supposed to end sooner, more likely over there for a 2-hour delay.
Joe, I'm going to pull in our map we made last night, if you don't mind.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So we have started. I'm not sure we're going to continue doing it, but we just wanted to kind of test the waters with this. If you guys are familiar with like Blake Harms and Wood TVA, they do school closing predictions. Some people across Michigan do their own personal for like local areas. We're trying a more widespread basis here for the state, just kind of giving an idea of what we think, at least based on the conditions. So last night we posted our school closing predictor, and that red area would be a widespread closing, 60 to 80% chance of closures. And then across the other areas, scattered 40 to 60% there in orange. Further north up toward Petoskey, Traverse City, isolated closures would be possible. So this is a map we're going to try to do in the future as well. We want to kind of test the waters with it just to see how people responded to it. So if you guys like it, let us know. We'll continue doing it. Otherwise, we'll see what kind of feedback we get from it.
Yeah, we were meant to, I think, update it today, Ryan, because we were still thinking last night about maybe adding that 80 to 99% category, but we played it safe for you guys just because we wanted to wait to see how the models played out today. And at this point, I think at least for the thumb, with
Especially
certainty,
the thumb, yeah.
a lot. I mean, I see a comment here saying that the thumb's already closing, so that makes sense. Pretty much everywhere in the thumb is probably going to see school closings tomorrow at least. And then the further southwest you go, along that narrow corridor, wherever that heaviest band does set up, we'll expect probably scattered to widespread closings as well.
We have a super chat here. Flurries reaching the ground in Grand Rapids. Thank you for the $2 super chat there, and thank you for the report. Appreciate your support of our channel.
Yep, you can see that donut hole, if you'd like to say, is starting to close in around the radar. So that means snow is starting to mix in a little bit closer to the ground now. Humidity values are spiking, and we're getting some added moisture in the atmosphere. So we are slowly beginning here, a little bit early, across portions of West Michigan. Nonetheless, that might increase snow totals. Who knows?
See a question here about Saturday system. So because we're so close to this system now, I want to mention it, and I'm going to be very brief with this. We're not going to put a forecast out just yet. This is the GFS model for this system right here. We're going to see that move up out tomorrow. Friday, here's Friday, dry day. And then Friday night, here comes a second system with snow potential. And that may merge with another system to the south here, kind of develops together, kind of phases together, so to speak. We could have a two-part system here. So you see how it kind of starts here with one system, and then all of a sudden it kind of develops to the south side there with more snow on the back end. Yes, all of Saturday has snow potential. So we'll watch it and expect a forecast, our first call forecast for this system, probably tomorrow, honestly. We're getting close to that 4-day period. We can kind of get an idea of, totals and locations. There is some uncertainty there, but I would say moderate to heavy snow with this system is looking, or should I say trending likely. So I want to mention that. Plan for another impactful travel day starting Friday late, but mostly centered around Saturday. Should people stay inside? Honestly, no. Get out there and enjoy the snow. If you guys like snow, get out there, I'm not gonna say make your snowman. It's not gonna be a very good snowman making snow, but just go out there, have fun. Snow angels. There's no reason to stay inside for this system.
Especially those who are snow starved this winter.
Yes.
Down there in southeast Michigan, enjoy it. As long as it's not like super icy.
Get out there and enjoy it, guys. So we have a question in here about snowfall rates. I can briefly touch on those via the model. We have we have good model software here. It kind of gives us ideas of what we could be looking at in terms of rates per hour. So backing this up here, I'm going to take my screen full for you guys. Here we go. This is your snowfall rate here. So we're going to see it right around a ½ inch or so per hour across much of Michigan here. So pretty moderate in nature. Some locations may try to push toward 1 inch per hour rates, especially if we want to get thunderstorm tonight, for example. I would definitely highlight this area. I'm going to highlight the thumb first and foremost, but this general area closer to the center of the system, the low pressure, that would be the general area for higher snowfall rates through the late evening time frame. Also the center of focus for any thunder snow potential. We could push 1 inch per hour rates in those locations, but generally speaking, most areas will fall between a ½ inch or so, give or take a 1/10 of an inch per hour. Any other questions, guys? We're going to wrap up our stream here pretty soon. We're going to do some giveaways here as well. We did promise last night for giveaways, so we'll do that at the very end of this stream. I have not decided what we're going to give away, so we'll probably do a couple polls here on YouTube asking what you guys want us to give away. We'll go ahead and do some contests here. So stay tuned for that if you want a chance to win something. But otherwise, we're going to finish up our briefing portion of this video here momentarily. So any last questions before we move on to some fun festivities? What is Coldwater Bronson looking like tonight? Mostly all snow here. Oh, hi.
Sorry, I'm changing my screen.
All good. Mostly all snow there. 3 to 6 inches is going to be the forecast for you guys there. And then ice will stay close to Coldwater, but should be further off to your east there. So no major concerns. Don't be shocked though if you get a nice glaze of ice, if you're lucky, so to speak, or unlucky. All right, go ahead, Joel. I thought you were gonna say something.
Yep. As you can see, we have a new top of the hour Mesoanalysis update. Again, these temperatures, this is your humidity basically. Anywhere where you see those dark greens now is over 90% humidity. So this at last update was under 80%. And as you can see, it's starting to fill in across portions of central Michigan. We still have a little bit of a dry slot down here in southwest Michigan, but again, that will fill in. As you can see, all this humid air is funneling in to southwest Michigan at some point this afternoon. Again, by 3 p.m. is when we're expecting it. We do also have some moist air up here in the Ohio region as well. So don't worry if you're not seeing snow right now. It's on the way. But right now it's just got a little bit of a dry slot to overcome here in southwest Michigan. So we're close, I guess is what we're going to say.
Give it 1 to 2 hours. We'll have snow across much of the state.
Mm-hmm. And our growth zone for snowflakes to develop is still very promising across portions of the lower peninsula. These values will shift to the east and south as the day goes on. So that 2400 value will eventually make it over here. It's just give it some time.
We'll have an updated map for school closings posted this afternoon, as well as our traffic forecast. I know we kind of went over it earlier in the stream here, but we got to do some work here getting those forecasts typed up and out to you guys. So we're going to wrap things up here. So I'll give a very brief overview of everything, and then we're going to move into a giveaway portion of the stream. And then Joel, I think you got to start thinking about your celebratory dance. So
I'm already thinking about it.
Okay, so we're going to move on now into the summary. So if you guys have further questions, I'd advise you guys pay attention here. So going back to the model, we're going to go through the time frame, walk you hour by hour, and we're going to give you guys a forecast that we have. So this is the HRRR model. Let me go ahead and get this back over here to the snowfall map. There we go. We're going to start seeing snowfall pretty much now, 1 p.m. here, into the early part of the afternoon. It should really start picking up around 3 to 4 o'clock for most areas. Further east you go, the later that time becomes. So over in Detroit, Port Huron, the Thumb area, for example, may start getting some heavier snow 6 or 7 o'clock instead. So this is going to overspread the state here. Please note the southeast part of Michigan here is in a mixed precip zone. So we'll keep an eye on that very closely. The snow will begin now. We're going to say now through. We'll see it end right about this time frame, which if I pause it is 6 a.m. Thursday morning. So just before the rush hour starts tomorrow morning. The heaviest snow will be centered between 10 p.m. tonight and about 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning. The heavier, darker blue banding there is what we're kind of keeping an eye on there, especially for southeast Michigan here. This is where we're going to be keeping an eye out as well for some thunder snow potential late evening tonight into the early part of the morning hours. With that being said, the snowfall forecast from the model that we kind of agree with the most, the Canadian, gives a nice widespread thump of snow here, about 5 to 9 inches across much of lower Michigan here. The Thumb area, though, please note, could see double-digit snowfall. We did highlight 8 to 12 inches close to that zone in our latest forecast. Further north, we're going with a little bit lower amounts just because the models like to have a little bit less further north you go. Let's go ahead and jump into our final forecast here. We're going to give 5 to 9 inches for the pink zones from Kalamazoo to Lansing to the Tri-Cities to Alpena. 8 to 12 inch zone for Huron and Kennewick County. And then around the pink and red zones, we're going 3 to 6 for pretty much 95% of you guys in lower Michigan. 2 to 4 inches in Monroe County due to ice impacts. Mixing precip could cut totals down. Further north we go towards Sault Ste. Marie, Mackinac area. 2 to 4 inches is going to be the going forecast. Further west in the UP, 1 to 3. And then even further west in the white area, trace to 1 inch there. This is a system snow. We call it a synoptic snow system. It is not lake effect driven. So therefore the UP will not get as much snow with this event. As far as ice accumulations go, we're not expecting any major impacts to power or trees, but we could see a nice glaze of ice slick travel up there. And I will take note, looking at the alert map, the entire state under an advisory for winter weather. Winter storm warnings exist in the pink counties there for the thumb as well as northeastern lower Michigan, but do take special note further south toward Toledo, those purple counties, there's 3 of them there. I think it's Lucas, was it Ottawa and Wood? I believe you said, Joel. Those counties are in an ice storm warning. So not for Michigan, but it is butting up to the Michigan border.
Yeah, Lucas, Ottawa, and Wood.
Okay, cool. So if you guys have family and friends in those 3 counties, send them a text, shoot them a message, let them know that there could be some icing impacts there that could be impactful to tree and power further south there. And we're going to watch Monroe and perhaps southern Lenawee counties very closely. We don't expect any ice storm impacts from Michigan, but if they're going to happen, they're going to happen in southern Lenawee or southern Monroe counties. So with that being said, final map we have here is timing. Again, starting 3 to 7 p.m. Really kind of starting now, though. It's gonna get heavier throughout the afternoon, though. 3 to 7 p.m. there in white zones, 4 to 8 in yellow, 5:30 to 9 p.m. in green zones. That is our forecast. As far as travel, we'll get these posted on the page here. Pretty much a blanketed high impact day with some localized area going travel not advised for the thumb especially, and some bigger highways in and around Detroit Metro. Further north as well, again, mostly high impacts there. Further north you go, less snow you're going to get. The medium impacts occur. Then the UP as well. Further west you go, low impacts. Further east you go, medium impacts. With that being said, that is our official forecast package. Everything will be posted on our page on Facebook as well as Twitter here if it's not already. So stay tuned for that. We also have a daily video out if you want to go back and rewatch the first half of this video or watch a standalone video we posted about 2 hours ago on YouTube that contains all the information we just talked about. All right, we are going to move on now to a couple giveaways here. We hit a milestone on YouTube last night, 30,000 subscribers. So we are going to give away a couple swag, MSC swag, either t-shirt, hoodie, stickers. We're going to put a poll out here, and we're going to do a couple giveaways here. So I'm going to go put a poll out here on YouTube. Unfortunately, we can't do Facebook. Unfortunately, because they don't really allow this type of stuff to occur, which they should. But we have no control over that. While I do this, Joel, if you have any questions you want to answer, go for it.
Okay.
I'm going to pull up YouTube here and get a poll going.
One last time, I'll throw up the Snowfall map. Again, Snowfall map can be found on our Facebook page, Michigan Storm Chasers. It has the verified blue badge on it, so make sure you're checking out the right one. Again, 2 to 4 inches down there, southeast Michigan, due to that potential for ice mixing in, cutting down some totals. 3 to 6, pretty much everywhere in the lower peninsula, besides up there near the bridge. Slight area of a 5 to 9 range. We're thinking right in the middle of that 5 to 9 range, so around 6 to 7 inches is likely for anywhere in that pink. Closer to 8 to 9, the further, or I should say closer to Lake Huron that you'll be. And then the 8 to 12 range there in St. Helena County, portions of Huron and St. Clair County for some lake enhancement. But that is your snowfall map. You can screenshot it right now if you'd like. Otherwise, they are on our Facebook page.
All right. YouTube poll is up for the first giveaway here. We're going to let it run for a few minutes here. Joel, I'm going to be right back.
Okay. While Ryan is away, we have a new YouTube member here, Sue. Sue, welcome to the channel. Appreciate your support. Hope you stick around. We'll see you around here more often, and thank you as always. If you would like to become a channel member, again, the join button is down there at the bottom of the screen if you're watching on YouTube. Alternatively, you can also become a member on Facebook by hitting the blue subscribe button. They are the exact same thing, pretty much. It just depends on how much perks or where you want the perks, if you want YouTube or Facebook. And snow days are going to be probably widespread across portions of South Central Michigan. There's a lot already coming in from the thumb area, according to you guys' comments here in chat. So expect a day off on Thursday, or at least a delay on Thursday, to help clean things up. Snowfall will be ending by the 8 to 10 a.m. time frame for Thursday. So that will cut into probably a couple school days out there. Yeah, we will be doing a giveaway shortly. Ryan's going to gather some things here real quick and letting the poll run. So if you want to vote on the poll, feel free to switch over to YouTube real quick. It is in the live broadcast feed. As a thank you to you guys for getting us to 30,000 on YouTube. Again, subscribing on YouTube is completely free to do. Every once in a while, we do have some members on here that do give away gift memberships as well. So make sure you turn on allow gift memberships. As long as you subscribe to YouTube, you have a chance at getting one of those. Those traffic maps I showed you guys, or we showed you guys here earlier in the stream, will be posted on Facebook here in the next half hour. So stay tuned for that. Last post on the page right now, besides the live stream, should be those that are the entire forecast package, which includes the snowfall map you see on your screen. On top of that, you also have the ice accretion map, which is, again, a glaze to about 1/10 of an inch down there in southeast Michigan. Again, ice storm warning there in Toledo. And then your timing map for the heavier snow is 3 to 7 for southwest Michigan, which, again, is in the next hour and a half. So this is on track as we speak. It's got a little bit more dry air to mix out across portions of southwest Michigan. Then it's pretty much slam dunk. Let's go. Let's get some snow. 4 to 8 for portions of the central part of the Lower Peninsula, as well as up there in the UP, and then the green, 5:30 to 9 p.m. And then for those who might have missed it or are curious about all the alerts out there right now, again, ice storm warning down there in Toledo, portions of Lucas, Ottawa, and Wood County in Ohio. Otherwise, a blanketed winter weather advisory for all the state, and a winter storm warning for portions of northern lower and eastern lower peninsula. This includes Alpena, Alcona, Iosco, Ogemaw, Gladwin, Aranac, Huron, Tuscola, Sanilac, Lapeer, St. Clair, and Macomb County. In areas there, we'll be seeing 6 to 8 inches and locally higher from this winter storm. Another new member here on YouTube, Roger. Welcome to the team. Appreciate your support. Hope to see you around here more often. Thank you, as always, for your support. We personally have Macomb on the edge of that 3 to 6 to 5 to 9. So if you're in the northern part of Macomb County, you'll probably be closer to that winter storm warning criteria. Further south you are, not as much. Geez, I can't English right now. But yeah, again, a little bit of ice mixing in down there as well. You have to take that into account. That roads will be deceiving. You could have ice that forms and then snow that forms on top of it. And so you take a step into the snow, foot sinks right through, and all of a sudden it's black ice underneath. So you got to be careful out there if you're out there walking or driving this evening, because it will be sneaky.
I am back.
Welcome back.
All right, let's go ahead and do our first giveaway if we are clear for that, Joel.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So poll on YouTube, 60% of you guys say MSC hoodie. So I'll be the first one to give away. Here is how we're going to do things. We have a streaming software that we have all your comments centered in one spot from both X, Facebook, and YouTube. We are going to pick a number between two numbers, and the first person that we see with that number will win. Okay? if I call your name, or if we call your name that you won, you'll need to message us on Facebook or contact us via email. Okay, I'm gonna put the email in chat right now. This is the email that you're gonna have to contact if you happen to win. Okay, we'll do a couple giveaways here. We'll do probably 2 or 3. It is contact@michiganstormchasers.com. It's also up there on your screen there as well. That is our contact email to get a hold of us for general inquiries. That is the email you're going to have to contact. All right. Joel, I'm going to text you the number I'm thinking of.
Okay. Don't start yet.
Yeah, don't start just yet. Let me know when you get it. So again, I want to highlight there are 3, actually there's 6 platforms on here today. The first comment we see with this number is going to be the winner. Okay. All right. Joel's got the number.
Yep.
I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 100. First person to guess it will win. Go.
Starting after Cheryl's comment here on Facebook.
Yep.
And we'll scream stop when we see it, so you guys don't have to keep typing.
Yep. Holy cow. Here they all come. Stop. Somebody already got it. Stop. Everybody stop.
Everybody stop. Is it the name that starts with an S?
Yes.
All right, we can confirm.
The number
Sarah
is 42.
42.
If you guys can see my screen, actually, I'm not going to show you my screen. I was going to show you guys the text I sent Joel, but 42 is the number there. So that is our first giveaway. So Sarah Bear, please shoot us an email or a Facebook message to Michigan Storm Chasers, or contact at michiganstormchasers.com. Email us your size, color preference, and a good shipping address for you. And then we will send it out to you right away. So congratulations, Sarah, for the first giveaway here.
As well as a way to verify that it actually is you, because there's a lot of Sarahs out there.
Yep. All right, cool. See you in chat here. I'll look for your comment. Yep, says woo. So, okay, go ahead and send us a message here, Sarah, ASAP, please. We can get a hold of you and confirm it's you. We're going to do another poll here. I'm going to restart the same poll here. We're going to take the hoodie out, though. We're going to go t-shirt, sticker, and a surprise. All right, let's go do the exact same thing over again. Don't start yet, guys. Don't start yet. This is going to be a brand new poll. Joel, send me a number this time around.
All right. There.
All right, new poll is up on Facebook.
Again, do not type right now. Again, make sure your stream is also live, because we do realize that sometimes being an hour in, the stream does kind of fall back a little bit. So right now, the current time is 1:35 p.m. Make sure you are watching at the current time. The poll is on YouTube, so make sure you're watching on YouTube if you want your opinion to be used for what's given away next. Again,
And
no
also,
numbers yet. We are not doing any giveaways yet. So if you're typing numbers right now, nothing counts.
And also, current time is 1:35 p.m. So if you're watching at a different time, make sure you're synced up with us. Restart the stream, or take the little slider at the bottom of your screen, tap the screen, and slide it all the way to the far right to catch up to the live.
Yep.
So we're going to restart it here after this poll is done. It's a pretty close poll this time around. And I also have the second number ready, but we're not going to do it just yet. I'm going to look for Sarah's email here. Nothing yet. Sarah, if you're still watching, shoot us a message or an email, please, so I know it's you and we can come back and confirm it.
Again, that poll is on YouTube. You can find us on YouTube at MI Storm Chasers. If you type in Michigan Storm Chasers, we have 30,800 subscribers. Kind of give you an idea of where to find us there. But the winner of the sweatshirt was Sarah Bear. So Sarah Bear, please reach out to us.
I believe she just, okay, cool. I just got her message. Cool. Thank you. Awesome. All right. We can move on to number 2 here. So same thing applies here. We're going to stop the poll here. We're at MSC t-shirt, 34%. The gift cards at 24%. And the winner is going to be Surprise Me. We're going to send a surprise swag stuff. I'm not going to say what it is. We'll have to decide out to you. So on my signal here, or Joel's signal, we have a second number between 1 and 100. First person that we see guesses it will win.
All right.
Go.
Starting with Evan's comment. Evan Swift. Any comments after that? But listen to. All right, stop.
That was fast.
That was so quick.
That was so quick. Joyce. That was like
that was immediate. That was our third comment, I think.
It's crazy. Joyce, congratulations. Feel free to either send us a message on Facebook, Michigan Storm Chasers page, or email us at contact@michiganstormchasers.com. I'll throw the banner up on the screen there. The green banner over here, top right of your screen. The email is contact@michiganstormchasers.com. Joyce, please send us an email or a message ASAP so we can get a hold of you and confirm it's you.
Yep.
We'll do one more. We'll do a t-shirt or let's do a t-shirt. We'll do a t-shirt.
Yeah. The reason, again, for those who are just joining and are very confused, we're doing giveaways right now. You guys can stop with the comments, of course. We are in a lull right now, but those numbers were to guess a number that we had for the giveaway, essentially. You don't need to be on YouTube for commenting a number. But if you want to vote on the poll, you do have to be on YouTube to see that. So we do see Facebook and YouTube comments. And if you're watching on X right now as well, we see all the comments at once. But I will say, I think the YouTube comments came in a lot quicker than the Facebook comments. So there must be some sort of delay with Facebook today.
We're going to give our mod team a chance to pick the next number here. So I have Dawn, one of our moderators here in chat, who would like to pick the number. So Dawn is going to message me right now, and she's going to pick a number here.
Thank you for that report, King. They are pre-salting the roads in Troy.
All right, Joyce, I got you. Thank you.
If you missed our briefing, the thick of it, I guess you could say, you can go back and watch it at the start. We have been live for an hour and 10 now, actually, and we went over everything quite extensively. And as always, all our graphics for the forecast can be found on our Facebook page. It's Michigan Storm Chasers with the blue verified badge to kind of pull us apart from the rest.
All right, I have a number. Don't start yet, though.
You can text it to me.
I'm going to text it. Oh, it's actually in the mod room.
Gotcha. I'll go check.
Mod chat.
I do see Joyce reached out, by the way.
Yes, I got her.
Okay.
Yep.
While you're typing the comment or whatever here, we have a super chat from Airborne saying, do you think MBS Airport will be closed tomorrow morning? I would say to start, there will be a lot of delays and cancellations. But again, once you get past that 10 a.m. time frame and they are able to clear off the runways, things will be back smooth sailing. So again, if you have any flights between the midnight and we'll say about the 7 to 8 a.m. time frame for MBS, expect delays and perhaps cancellations for tomorrow. Be a lot of de-icing going on out there.
All right. I'm going to do one more thing here, then we'll do the last and final contest.
What are we giving away for this next one?
MSC t-shirt.
Gotcha. And it's likely that we'll have more giveaways in the future for YouTube specifically. So if you haven't subscribed on YouTube yet and want to get us to our next milestone, which will be 35K, perhaps 40K, you can go ahead and do that. Again, subscribing on YouTube is free to do. All you need is an account, and you're all set. We have an update from Red Dozier, one of our longtime donors here with a $20 super chat. Thank you, Red. Saying, started snowing in Allegan about 45 minutes ago. Not too windy, just very cold. That's good to hear. Hopefully you're staying cozy there. And thank you, as always, Red, for that super chat.
Thank you, Red. All right, we have the final number here. We're going to start momentarily. One of our moderators here, Dawn, pick the number. Let's go ahead and start with...
What's the range? Is it 1 through 100, right?
1 through 100. Let's go ahead and start right now. Go.
With Sty Block?
Yeah, we'll start with Sty Block.
Okay. Need to be careful here because it's going to pop in pretty quick.
All right, let's start scrolling here.
I'm scrolling. Wow.
First two are pretty quick. This one's not going to be as quick.
Stop. I got it.
All right, Miranda.
If you can confirm that for me, Ryan, I think that is correct right there.
Yeah, that's correct. That's what I have too. So Miranda, congratulations. You are the winner of the MSC t-shirt. And as always, please either email or message our page. Again, our email is contact@michiganstormchasers.com. The banner is up there, the green banner. Email is there. That's our email if you want to get a hold of us there. Or you can message the page there on Facebook, which is the Facebook page is Michigan Storm Chasers.
So Maria, there was a Maria on Facebook that was really close, like right after Miranda with 24. So sometimes you're just within one number, but it's not it.
So Miranda, please go ahead and send us a message or email ASAP so we can get a hold of you and then confirm it's you. When you send us a message, pop back in chat here and just say, hey, I sent you a message, that we can confirm it's you, and so on and so forth. So holy comments. You guys hear my scroller? You guys hear that?
I can't hear it. I turned you down, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those who are just tuning in, we did a giveaway just now. 3 giveaways in a row for hitting 30,000 subscribers here on YouTube. And we decided with numbers, pick a number basically from 1 to 100 to get those prizes. And we had 3 winners. So congratulations to you guys. Again, more giveaways will be happening in the future once we hit certain milestones on YouTube. I know we have 292,000 of you guys following us on Facebook. But again, if you don't follow us on YouTube yet, we only have 30,000 of you guys over here. So the quicker we can get that number up, the more giveaways we can do. That last number ended up being 25. So the numbers today were, what, 42, 10, and 25 or something like that?
Yep, that'd be right.
Reasoning behind my pick was that's my favorite number, so I knew it right away. Dawn picked 25 for Darren McCarty's jersey number, former Red Wing. We are all sports fans at heart in here, so.
While I wait for Miranda's message, we should probably start thinking about your dance here, Joel, and then wrapping things up.
Yep. I'm already ready, so.
Oh, you got a dance already picked out?
It's literally just going to be freestyle.
Freestyle. All right, cool.
Yep.
Do we put some music on for you too?
If you want to.
Good.
I'm going to turn you up. It might be an echo, though.
Dance to the outro music. Miranda, I'm still waiting for your message. So if you're watching, please ASAP send us a message here so we can confirm it to you. And again, Joel dances every milestone we hit on YouTube. We just hit 30,000 subscribers last night. So that means he has to dance today in celebratory fashion. If you're here for forecast information, we'll go over everything one more time here before we hop off. But everything was discussed first 10 minutes or so of the stream. Also, forecasts are posted on our Facebook page as well. But again, we'll go over it here in a few minutes. Waiting for Miranda to message and also Joel to do his little freestyle. So
another reason to get the subscriber count up on YouTube is I dance at every 5,000. So even if you don't win a giveaway, you'll see me dance every time we hit a 5,000 milestone, which the next one will be 35K. And we're already a fifth of the way there at 30,800. So for those who are new here, this is what we do every once in a while, when there is milestones and stuff like this and stuff to give away. End of the stream is usually what we reserve this for. So again, if you're here for forecast information, we'll do it here. We'll do a little quick recap here in a second, but I guess it's my turn to dance. What else do we have to do?
I'm waiting for Miranda to message me or email.
Okay. Was the dancing written into his contract? Funny.
Should have been. It wasn't.
No, it was not.
I'll have to edit that and have you re-sign it.
True. I have to move this up, don't I? Because if I'm like already against the green screen as it is. All right, I need some music, Ryan.
Need some music? We got a couple. Do you want country? Do you want the outro? What do you want?
Something hype.
I don't know if I have something hype. We can do Stampede.
Perfect. Open it up. I love this song so much. This reminds me of summer so much, and I love it. For those who don't know, we do dance during this intro, or we did during the summer, so we're always just...
Oh, we got Jess here saying congrats on your milestone.
My girlfriend's watching. Hi.
You can go ahead and pause this here. There we go.
Yeah, there's my dance for 30K on YouTube.
Thank you, Jess. Also, back up here, further up, we missed it. There was a 5 gift memberships from Jess as well. I'm trying to find it. There it is. Thank you, Jess, for that. If you're just tuning in, wondering what the heck's going on, that was our celebration for hitting another milestone here on YouTube. So with that being said, we are going to wrap up and do a recap. And I'm still waiting on Miranda's message here. So Miranda, if you're in chat here, let me know if you're still watching. No, I don't dance, Nicole. That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, it is. Once we hit 100,000 on YouTube. You said so yourself.
I don't see the message here in chat. Did I miss something? Oh, cool. Okay. Got you.
There you go.
I'll message you here in a few minutes. We're going to go ahead and wrap up our stream here, and I'll get back with you. So thank you. All 3 of the contest winners have been in contact with us. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go ahead and head over to a brief recap of what we're going to expect this evening. Let's go ahead and dive right back into the forecast. Current radar, a lot of snow out there, but very little in the way of the snow reaching the ground. Some places could be seeing some snowflakes, but there's a lot of dry air up there. It's continuing to saturate the atmosphere. It'll start snowing here throughout the afternoon. Let's go ahead and move into the forecast very quickly. Going ahead and pull this full, if you don't mind, Joel.
Yep.
We're going to go ahead and run through the time frame on the latest model. This is the ARRR. We're going to move this into current time, which is right about here. Snow has begun on the west side of Michigan. It's going to continue to overspread the state as the morning goes on. This is 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Here's 5, overspread the entire state with a mix further south toward Adrian, Monroe, Detroit areas. Moving up into the evening, here's 7 p.m. Heaviest snow starts right around 8 or 9 or so across the southern part of Michigan. They'll continue into the evening hours, peaking 10 p.m. to 2 or 3 a.m. as the heaviest time frame to watch. Some thunder snow could be a possibility across southeast Michigan. I'll go ahead and circle the zone here very quickly. To the thumb, all the way back here toward Coldwater. This general area could see some thunder snow this evening, but also the heavier snow rates could exceed inch per hour at times. Moving forward into the early morning hours Thursday, the system moves off and is completely out of the state by 6 in the morning for your across the state. So putting it all together in our forecast package, it is posted on Facebook. I'll go over it one more time here with you guys. Last call snowfall map, 5 to 9 inches across the pink zones from Kalamazoo to Lansing to the Tri-Cities to Alpena, 8 to 12 in the thumb area, especially for the Huron County, Sanilac County area. Could see some higher amounts around the 8 to 12 zone as well. Further north and further south in dark blue, a blanketed 3 to 6 for much of the state, minus Monroe County, 2 to 4 inches due to potential mixing and ice impacts. Less snow is expected. Further north towards Mackinac to St. Marie, 2 to 4 inches is the going forecast. Then further to the west in the UP, 1 to 3 in aqua, and then in the white colors, traced to an inch there as well. Ice accumulation is going to be as follows. Nice glaze from roughly Coldwater to Jackson to Ann Arbor to Port Huron, point southward, with the highest icing a possibility there for Monroe County, where 1/10 of an inch, perhaps a slightly higher amounts, could be a possibility there for Monroe County. Going over the alerts, I believe we had a couple new updates here to the south ice storm warning. They're adding counties into the ice storm warning for Ohio. This is the latest map we had as of 11:30. I want to take note the entire lower peninsula of Michigan in an advisory. Select counties in pink are in a winter storm warning. And then across the border in Lucas County, Ottawa, and Wood counties, we have an ice storm warning for our friends in Toledo, Ohio areas. That's very close to Monroe and Lenawee counties. So we're going to keep a close eye on those, although we don't expect here to have any ice storm impacts or any power or tree impacts here in the state. If we change that opinion, we'll be first to let you know, guys know, on both YouTube and Facebook, as well as Twitter/X. With that being said, we are going to wrap up here with a shout out to our sponsors. Joel, do you want to do that or do you want me to do that?
I can do that real quick. Can you hear me?
Yep, gotcha.
Sweet. So we got, again, we can't do these streams without you guys and, of course, our sponsors here. So feel free to listen for a minute or two here while we roll through them. Again, we have a couple of them, just a couple. StormGuard Roofing Construction, based out of Metro Detroit, Oakland County area. For all your roofing and construction needs in the Detroit area, feel free to contact the number above, 248-985-3239. Again, if you want to write that down, you can always take a screenshot of the screen or back it up and write it down. You also have Lifestyle Exteriors, which covers a wide majority of the state from Traverse City down to Lansing. Similar thing there, roofing construction needs. Exterior of your house, 989-854-3055. We also have Powder Coating, sponsored by Pro Powder, 269-637-8722, based out of South Haven. And we also have, coming back for another month here, is Katz Roofing and Siding. Similar story there, based out of Potterville, south of Lansing, 517-485-9886. And if you'd like a little bit of a snow pusher to add to your dolly, feel free to contact Clearplow Snow Pushers at 248-800-6569. Clearplow.com, I believe, is their website as well. So feel free to contact those guys, support your local businesses. And as always, if you'd like to become a sponsor and help support what we do here at Michigan Storm Chasers, you can contact the email above, contact@michiganstormchasers.com, or you can contact Chandler as well, Chandler@michiganstormchasers.com. So either one of those emails will work, and we'll get you hooked up here as a certified sponsor here at MSC. So thank you to our sponsors, and thank you guys, as always, for supporting our channel.
We have a couple members to shout out here before we wrap up. We have Irish, new member here at MSC. We also have Maddie, a new member at MSC as well. Welcome to the team, guys. I appreciate your support.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be live and posting updates on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube throughout the day. So stay tuned for our updates. We have a system moving in here for snow. We'll be live later tonight with chasers out and about across Michigan. Perhaps we can catch some thunder snow if we're lucky. So,
you see who's in the state?
Oh no, who?
Jim Cantori.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Oh boy, there we go, guys.
He's officially coming to Detroit or in Detroit right now.
We may need to update our panicometer to Jim Cantori is in the state. Have some fun with that. But we'll have some fun tonight with some snow. Again, obviously take it seriously if you're out and about on the road. It's gonna be slick out there. But snow is beautiful. We're gonna enjoy it. We have chasers going out. We're gonna have some fun tonight. So tune in if you want to. Start time will be roughly 7, 8 o'clock or so. Let you guys know exactly when here throughout the afternoon. So with that being said, we're going to wrap things up here. Thank you for tuning in to this briefing / celebratory giveaway stream. We always appreciate you guys' support here at MSC as we continue our operations here in Michigan. You guys stay safe. You guys stay safe, travel safe, and keep warm out there. We'll keep you guys updated throughout the day.
We'll see you guys soon.